Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today, continuing my 2021 year-end top 10s as we look at my number one fighter in the 140-pound junior welterweight division. He is the undefeated and undisputed junior welterweight champion, Josh Taylor of Scotland. Taylor entered the year at number 2, but really he was neck and neck with Jose Ramirez as they were both undefeated unified champions. But Taylor and Ramirez had a date with destiny in May, as everybody knew that these two guys were going to lock horns for the undisputed title. Now Taylor in 2020, I believe he only fought one time and got a first round knockout win against his IBF mandatory. So, you know, he really hadn't fought in a while, and, you know, I was worried about his stamina going into the fight with Ramirez, who's a grinder and can win the rounds late. But Taylor came in ready to go against Ramirez, and he caught Ramirez early on, you know, with the 4th or 5th round, he put him down, and then in the 7th round, he put him down, and he almost knocked him out. It was a very impressive performance from him. He continued to outbox through the 9th and 10th rounds, but then Ramirez closed the gap, winning a couple rounds late, and the fight went to the scorecards where Taylor took a hard-fought but deserving 12-round unanimous decision as he became the undisputed junior welterweight champion. He became only the 6th man in the 4-belt era, which is about 30-35 years long, to unify all 4 belts as an undisputed champion in one weight class. So the 2nd man to do it at 140. Only Terrence Crawford had done it prior to him at 140. So this was a monumental win right here, you know, for Taylor to be able to pull off this win over Ramirez and become the undisputed champion. Now, he was supposed to make a WBO mandatory defense later on in the year against Jack Catterall, but that fight was had to be scrapped. I want to say Catterall suffered an injury, so the fight got pushed back and is taking place in February of 2022, right at the end of February on the 26th. So, you know, he's allowed to hold on to his 4 belts through that fight, but we don't know what Taylor's going to do after that. He says it's very likely he's going to fight twice this year, which is good. And the first fight's going to be against Catterall. That means if he defeats Catterall, which most feel that he will, then he's going to have to make a mandatory, you know, or he's going to have to fight somebody later in the year, probably in August, September, October area. And I think he's going to have to make a big fight in that second one, because the fight with Catterall, it's big for his location, his geography right there. It's big for that because he's going to fight, I believe he's fighting in the United Kingdom against Catterall, which is big out there. But then he's going to have to fight somebody else, and I know he wants a big name. So Teofimo Lopez has made it apparent that he's moving up to 140. He wants to get at least one fight in, and then possibly Josh Taylor for the undisputed title at the in the second half of the year. If not him, who else? Well, if he wants to make a mandatory against Jose Cepeda, he's there. But I really think Taylor wants a big fight in the second half of the year, and I really wouldn't hold it past him if he moved up to 147 and took on Terrence Crawford, if that fight's possible. You know, I really think he wants a big fight. I wouldn't be surprised if he gives Mikey Garcia an opportunity, just because Mikey Garcia is a big name, you know. But I really think he wants somebody that's going to build themselves up first, and it's going to be a big-time fight right there. I think he wants that big name on his resume prior to moving up to 147 if he can, and if not, move up to 147 and possibly go after Terrence Crawford. So I think Taylor's going to dominate Jack Catterall. I think he beats him by a late stoppage or a one-sided decision, a convincing decision. Catterall might have his moments, but I really think Taylor is here to play, and he knows he doesn't have a for sure set name in the second half of the year written in stone, so he can go into this fight and take it serious and not be, and you know, he can overlook the guy, but he doesn't really have a set name, at least that we know about, that is ready to fight him and that he knows he's going to get for sure if he gets through Catterall. So I really want to see what Taylor does in 2022 to continue to lock down this division, and maybe to see, hey, I'm going to let all the other guys go after the belts now, and I'm going for 147, a title there. So we'll see what happens. But that is my 2021 year-end top 10s. My number one fighter in the 40-pound junior welterweight division, the undefeated, undisputed champion, Josh Taylor of Scotland. I hope you guys enjoyed this. True Boxing, you've been hit with the truth.